Okay, so today, before I show you how to build the Land Rover, the Mars rover, we're going to go over Newton's law of motion one more time. Okay, we got this skateboard, it's at rest. I got my subjects here, they're going to help. Okay, but safety first. Hold that, hold these. I'm going to have Kea here push me as hard as she can that way.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Oh, come on. How hard can she push?
She can push pretty hard.
Well, if you're not okay with it, you go stand over there by the truck.
Okay.
Okay, helmet, check. Gloves, check. All right, so now I'm going to have Kea push me that way. Here we go.
I guess I was stronger than you thought.
Okay, so that didn't work out so well. But on the other hand, I have a couple of things I want to show you. So I know I showed some kids in class last week, but here's my two Land Rovers. Not really happy with this one. I'm going to make another one today. I'm going to try and redesign it. But it really doesn't work. It doesn't really go too far. This balloon one, if you can do this one, the balloon one, this one goes pretty far. It doesn't go fast, but it goes far, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you the things you need, and then I'm going to start putting together, and you guys can do it at home. All right, so things you need. You need a couple rubber bands. I'm going to try, actually, 3 rubber bands. If you have a popsicle stick, that's great. You need a couple of straws. All right. You don't need 4. I'm going to do 2 different rovers, so I'll show you those. These barbecue skewers, you can find them in Publix. You make shish kebabs out of them for the grill. So I have like 5 of them. I'm not gonna need them all. And some cardboard. And if you have duct tape, that's great. It's stronger. If you have Scotch tape, that's fine too. All right. So now I'll show you how to put it together. Okay, so I forgot one thing on my list of materials, a balloon, if you're gonna do the balloon one. All right, so what I did is I cut myself a piece of square cardboard. I don't know if you can see the lines on it. I'm gonna try and angle it so you can see the lines. The last time I made it, I had my lines going this way and my wheels on this side and on this side. But what happens is it's not as strong as if you do it this way. Because this one, I'm going to do the rubber band one first, and the rubber band is going to pull on this. And if the lines are going this way, it's going to be harder for it to bend the cardboard. This one, I had to end up reinforcing with a barbecue skewer underneath because it bends. Okay, I had to put a skewer on the top and on the bottom. So we're going to try the rubber band one first. Hopefully it works better. So cut yourself a piece of rectangular cardboard, okay, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so next I'm going to make my wheels. All right, so I'm just going to take my cup. Now, I've made circular wheels, and the rubber band one didn't move. I made, this one has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 octagon wheels, and this one didn't move. So I'm going to try something different this time. So I'm just making my basic circular shape, and then I'm going to add something to it and see if I can't get this thing to move a little bit. I saw a couple designs on the internet that I want to try. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut myself my circles. All right, so I'm going to try that first. Now if you have, you can use plastic bottle caps like I did here. You can use these if you want to try it with those. Again, I don't think those work so well. So I'm going to cut these out, but I'm going to make them a different design. So there's my 4 circles. I need 4 wheels, obviously. And then I'll show you my design I'm going to try. Next, so I cut out my tires. These are my back 2 tires. I remember I said I had done round tires before. Well, I'm going to try something different. I made these kind of like stars, and I cut the tips off of them. I don't know why. The thing about STEM is a lot of redesigning. So this didn't work. This one didn't work. So first of all, you see the size of the rubber bands I used? They're really fat. I don't think those work so well. And also the tires were round and they didn't really grip the road and they didn't move the car. So I got different rubber bands, okay? And my front tires this time are kind of like stars. So we're going to try something different. So our next step is you take your car body and we're going to cut some straw, okay? Probably about 1 inch long each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that one fell. 4, and I have this little piece left over. So now the rest is pretty simple. Well, let me back up. I'll take my popsicle stick and I'm going to tape that underneath because I saw a little trick on YouTube that that will help me out. And I'm just going to tape the popsicle stick. Here, I'll move the camera so you can see the bottom of my. Last time I didn't use a popsicle stick. I tape it right to the bottom of my Mars rover. So it's sticking out a little bit, see? Like that. Now on the top of it, I'm going to take my straws. 1, 2. This will be the back of my Mars rover. I'm going to tape this here. And directly across from it, I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to tape, trying to get them straight. So think about Mars's landscape, the way that the land is on Mars. It's very rocky and sandy. So part of redesigning this is kind of like what they might have to do for the Mars rovers that they send to Mars. They might have to redesign because, hey, this doesn't work in sand. Hey, this one doesn't work on rocks. So that's a big part of, if you ever get into a STEM career, it's a big part of STEM career is redesigning. So this part is the back of my Mars rover, and I'm going to take a barbecue skewer and stick it right through there. And actually, let me do this first. Take your barbecue skewer and poke a hole right in the center of one of your tires. Careful not to get your finger. Okay, right through the center of your tire. And since I have it here, I'm going to take this and mark my other one so it's exactly at the same spot on that tire. Okay. And poke it on through. Don't get your fingers. There. All right. So now, going back to that step I had before, I'm going to poke it through. And on one side, I'm going to kind of break this tip off here. Yeah. Oh, let me fix it there. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to take a little tape. Uh-oh, losing it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take a little tape and get my tire nice and straight. And I'm going to just kind of tape my skewer sticking out on my tire like that. Kind of smush it around so it kind of holds the tire nice and straight. If you can see what I'm doing. So it looks kind of like that. Okay, so it's kind of straight. And these are the back tires. And then I'm going to break off my skewer on this side, leaving a little room. Ouch. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Put my tire on. If I can get it in there. There it goes. All right, and once again, nice and straight. Get my tape and squish it on there. Just like that. Does it spin good? Looks like it spins pretty good. All right, crossing my fingers. All right, so I did the same thing to my front. I put the straws on, barbecue skewer through, and I put my wheels on. Try to line them up so they're kind of the same. Now here's the part you need to kind of watch. So I'm going to put the camera down so you can see. And I'm going to take one of my rubber bands, and I'm going to go underneath my axle here. If you can't get it through, you can just take a little skewer, stick it through. Try not to rip up the tape. And so you're going to just take this loop that you stuck through and stick it through the other loop. Just like that. Okay? And pull it tight. And then I'm going to do, I don't know if I should do the big one or the small one. I think I'll do the big one. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take this loop, stick it through, oops, I let go, and through again. And now I'm going to take that one and bring it all the way back to the popsicle stick. Okay? Just like that. Now, let's see if it works. Better than my first one. Get the rubber band in the middle. You want to wind up the front tires backwards. It's got to really get the rubber band started. Okay, it's working. And it stretches out the rubber band. You can spin it right here like this. Oh, my tape came up. It's my fault. Keep spinning it until you get it as tight as you can. Okay, let's see what happens. You guys are going to be the first ones to see. Ready, set, go. Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of this one. I like the balloon one much better. All right, I'm going to show you that one next. But anyway, you could try this and try and redesign it and see if you can get it to work. Maybe you'll have better luck than I will. I did. All right, so the balloon one, I cut out another piece of cardboard. This one's a little more square, and I'm gonna. This one I find is easier, quicker, and it works better. So I'm bending it, and I want to bend it so both sides are the same. So I'm going to count these. Remember I told you there's lines here? I'm going to count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's where I'm going to bend again. Okay, so they're both about the same. You see that? Okay. Next, when I let go, watch what happens to the cardboard. Kind of springs open. I'm going to tape it closed. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape right across the center so it stays folded. Okay? Next, I'm going to take my scissors. If you're not comfortable doing this, have mom or dad do it, or older brother. Just take and poke a hole right through there. And I'm going to take my pencil and go through that hole so it makes it bigger. And I'm going to go all the way straight across and put a pencil mark where I want to do my next one. And I'm going to poke a hole right on the same place across from it. Put my pencil through again. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing to the back.